Alright, Connor. So it's about a week or two before project's due,
Yeah.
and all we've got is you and me and our girlfriends. What are we going to talk about?
Influence of media on video games, maybe?
Video games.
Video
Good.
games.
Let's get started.
Alright!
Remember when Farmville came out in 2009? At one point, there were millions and millions of players running their virtual farms on Facebook. Everyone could become friends with each other, and they would get extra rewards and benefits for just being a farm and helping your other friends' farms. And everyone would plant their crops, wait for them to grow, harvest them, and then do it all over again. Farmville kicked off the boom of social games. They remain popular on computer browsers, but continue to flourish on mobile devices like the iPhone and Android phones. Games like Clash of Clans, Modern War, Heyday, and The Simpsons Tapped Out follow the same mechanics as Farmville, but have minor differences that appeal to different audiences. Avid players looking to seek rewards offered by the games will clog our news feeds and notifications asking for help in a game. Remember when you'd get 90 notifications on Facebook all about Farmville? Yeah, that sucked. But the App Store has grown into a booming industry in itself. The games that make the most money are almost always free, allowing for an extremely large player base. However, developers seek different ways to make money. This has been achieved through advertisings and microtransactions, commonly known as in-app purchases within the industry. Many free games are considered freemium, like Candy Crush Saga, which has been at the top charts for months now. In order to play later levels, players need to pay 90 cents or send a request to 3 of their friends on Facebook to allow them to progress. Some of these games have gotten so big that even your grandma and mom are considered gamers now. The ideas and mechanics in mobile games sounds ludicrous to older gamers, but this is what some people are growing up with now. So a lot of kids these days might think of developers like Rovio and Supercell and King and Mobage on the same level as Activision Blizzard and Rockstar, the people who made Grand Theft Auto, and Bethesda. And we're done.
When I think of one game that exemplifies and impacts our culture, I think of Rockstar's Grand Theft Auto. GTA impacts our culture by being more a tell-all mockumentary video game that perpetuates the common stereotypes of the American culture. For example, in this game you have 3 main characters, Franklin, Trevor, and Michael. Franklin is the stereotypical gangster that lives in the rough part of Los Santos. He gets by hustling others, committing car theft, making drug deals, and illegally repossessing cars to gain money through the dealership he works for. Franklin represents the rough part of our culture. He sort of represents a segment of crime that each nightly news covers on TV. Next, you have Trevor, the stereotypical hillbilly that lives outside of Los Santos. He makes his money performing barbaric business practices coupled with murderous vengeance towards others. From selling meth to stealing government spy planes, this character represents the excluded loner of society. Not only is he representing the bad part of society, he will do anything to become richer, a common trait of the American life. Michael is the common family man with a bad side to him. After leaving a life of crime for 10 years, he's ready to be back in the business through bank and jewelry store heists. He too represents the bad side of society we see on the news or through media outlets.
Throughout the game, these 3 characters unite to perform missions together, become richer, become more notorious, and strike fear into the city of Los Santos. Their partnership is sort of an introspective look into what would happen if some of the worst criminals joined up to commit crimes. Whether it's the obscene advertisements across the city, the absurd radio talk shows, the crooked politicians, the failing economy of Los Santos, the high crime rate, or the obsession citizens have with materialistic things like cars, phones, clothes, and computers. All of these things presented in GTA 5 by the writers represent the stereotype of the American culture as being this materialistic, selfish society that prides itself in individual success, exclusionary ideas, and a cynical lifestyle. The creators of this game make most of the Grand Theft Autos to sort of mock what our culture brings to the table by reinforcing these lifestyles, beliefs, and ideas and make them even more extreme than usual. So ask yourself, how does this impact our culture and our form of mass media? It impacts our culture and shapes the way in which we use the media by an exact replica of it. Even the most common gamer can delve into this with full force and come out realizing that this game perpetuates the flaw of human nature in our society. This flaw being that humans will do just about anything to get ahead. They will lie, cheat, steal, and even murder to become successful. They can look at this game as a sort of relic in which we understand our culture and where it is headed. The most common gamer can look at this game and ask him or herself, are all humans this inherently selfish and evil? They can then look at these flaws and realize that they are present in our news, our materialistic obsession with technology, and even how we communicate. No.
Alright, Connor, do you want me to record you?
Here we go. No.
Facebook, MySpace selfie. Perfect.
Alright. Critics, Let's Plays, and speedruns. Oh my! Video gaming, once a fun hobby found around arcades, is now an inescapable artistic medium. Hey, Connor here, and I'm gonna give you a quick rundown of modern day video games and how they've infected social and mass media to a point of even dominating YouTube. For example, remember what they were just talking about? Grand Theft Auto 5 is just a mere mockumentary of a video game about American society. However, this game's prequel is definitely what put it so high on the video game charts. No, not that one. No, not quite. Okay, now you're just making this up. GTA 4 was arguably the title that really launched the series into the mainstream, causing Rockstar to barely need more than a picture of their protagonist to endorse GTA 5. And trust me, these faces were everywhere. So, you get it. Video games have access to be wherever they want. But we haven't even begun to dive into the biggest video game takeover to date. Social media has always been a great output, right? With Facebook, you can talk to friends. With Twitter, you can say whatever you want under 140 characters. And on Tumblr and Reddit, you can let out your inner interests and connect to strangers. However, one of the biggest social media outlets has been YouTube. The site has made about 1,450 years worth of content. So what's on YouTube? Funny videos, serious videos, pointless videos, entire movies, and more videos of all kinds and colors. However, if you think about this real quickly, who is the #1 most subscribed entertainer on YouTube? Well, one of the biggest used to be Ray William Johnson, an entertainer and critic who was beaten out by the comedy duo Smosh. Smosh held this title since January, but lost it to the Let's Player under the name PewDiePie. What's a Let's Player, you may ask? Well, it's actually the title of someone who plays video games and records the video game for the purpose of sharing the experience with others. And let me tell you, since PewDiePie, Let's Play channels are now everywhere on YouTube. And whether or not you're a fan of the guy, it's hard to deny his impact. But this video is not about him. It's about the games and how they're everywhere. With over millions of videos on YouTube, a good chunk of them are now video game videos. Whether they're reviews from critics of Screw Attack and Normal Boots, to hour-long speedrunning videos of some guy beating Zelda for the 9th time, or, you know, like I said, Let's Players like Game Grumps or the folks at Achievement Hunter, and Sir PewDiePie at the top of the list. In short, video games have become entwined with most of our lifestyles. It's hard to scroll through Facebook without seeing a Modern Warfare advertisement. And within a short amount of time of watching TV, you can see an advertisement for an upcoming video game. And for Christ's sake, if I had $1 for every Mountain Dew bottle and Dorito bag with Master Chief on them, I'd probably retire right now. And I'm 20.
I think we're done. Are we done?
I want coffee.
Coffee break.
Yes.